All right, so you're ready to dive deep into AI portfolios. You want yours to really stand out. Well, we've got a whole stack of articles here, like a blueprint for you. Project inspiration, platforms, even documentation.
It's amazing. A strong AI portfolio isn't just about your coding chops.
Right.
It's like you're telling a story, your story, showing how you approach AI challenges so employers can really see how you think.
Yeah, like a window into your AI brain, but a good window.
Yeah.
And speaking of brains, let's jump into some cool AI projects from these articles. One that really got me was this AI that analyzes social media to detect depression.
Yeah.
Super impressive tech, right? But it's that potential social impact that's really awesome.
Totally. It shows a big takeaway, right?
Yeah.
You combine tech skills with a project that actually makes a difference. That's what's going to grab attention.
Absolutely. Okay, here's another cool one, a little more creative. An AI that regenerates old damaged photos.
Oh, wow.
Almost like digital magic.
Yeah, and that's a perfect example of thinking outside the box.
Right.
Showing you can apply AI in new ways and you aren't afraid to push those boundaries.
Push the boundaries.
Yeah.
Now, those are just a couple examples. We also found projects on stock market forecasting, AI music, even predicting livable exoplanets. The range of AI applications is just mind-blowing.
It really is. It shows how versatile AI is and how it's changing all kinds of fields. But don't be scared if you're just starting out.
Yeah.
One article even mentioned a fun little project, building a chatbot in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
A good way to get your feet wet and get some confidence.
A quick win. Always good.
Yeah.
But these cool projects are great for inspiration.
Yeah.
But we got to remember, a balanced portfolio is key.
100%. You want to show you're versatile. Projects using different AI frameworks, programming languages, different approaches like supervised, unsupervised learning. It's like showing off your whole AI toolkit.
Don't put all your AI eggs in one basket. Got it. But once you have these great projects, where do you show them off?
Right.
What about platforms?
Well, two names kept popping up, Wix and Hostinger. Wix seems to be the top pick for 2025, with Hostinger a good budget option.
Yeah, Wix, Hostinger, familiar names, but are they keeping up with the AI in 2025?
Yeah, and that's what's so interesting. These platforms are using AI in their own services. AI website generation, automated content, the line between the tool and creation is getting blurry. So you might build your AI portfolio on a platform that's using AI itself, kind of meta, right?
Whoa,
Whoa.
that's next level.
Right.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Before we launch our portfolio into the digital world, we got to talk about something super important: documentation.
Documentation, the unsung hero of any AI project. Might not be as flashy as a cool demo, but it's super important. Good documentation shows you can explain complicated stuff simply and helps other people understand what you did.
Like being a teacher. Break things down so anyone can get it.
Exactly, and one article had this great example, well-commented code. It's not just showing what the code does, but why you did it that way. Like you're having conversation with your code, explaining your process to anyone who reads it.
Yeah, so it's like adding that director's commentary, helping people understand your choices and approach. That makes sense, especially for employers who want to see how your AI brain works. Speaking of clear explanations, what are readme files? Those seem pretty important.
Yeah, readme files are like your project's welcome mat.
Okay.
They need to be clear, concise, informative, like a mini guide to your project. One article even had a fantastic example of a well-structured readme. It had the project title, a quick description, install instructions, how to use it, data sources, the results, everything.
Like giving people everything they need in one place in a bite-sized format. And speaking of making complex stuff easy to understand, what about visuals?
Oh, visuals are key. Graphs, charts, diagrams, they bring your work to life and make it easier to grasp complex stuff. Imagine trying to figure out raw data versus seeing it in a graph. Game changer.
Yeah, it's like adding pictures to a story. It just makes it more engaging and memorable. We've covered project inspiration, platforms, documentation. Feels like we're laying the foundation for an awesome AI portfolio. But anything else we need to consider before we move on to the actual projects themselves?
Welcome back. In part one, we talked about why building a strong AI portfolio is so important. We even got into some initial project ideas and discussed choosing the right platform. But now let's really dig into those AI project ideas and see what makes them tick.
All right. Let's fire up those AI neurons. We've got a ton of project inspiration from these articles. I'm curious, what projects really stood out to you?
One thing that really struck me was the sheer variety of projects using AI for social good. Like that AI we talked about before, analyzing social media posts for signs of depression.
Right.
That's powerful. Shows how AI can be used to solve real-world problems and maybe even improve people's lives.
Using tech for good. That's a winning formula. And it's not just mental health. We saw projects using AI to look at data from wearables to make personalized wellness recommendations. Talk about a proactive approach to health.
Exactly. Healthcare is being transformed by AI. We're seeing AI diagnosing diseases earlier, personalizing treatments, even helping surgeons during complicated surgeries. It's amazing to see AI pushing the boundaries of what's possible in medicine.
All right, let's switch gears from healthcare to something a bit more fun. Sports. There was this cool project using AI to summarize sports videos. Like imagine an AI that gives you instant highlights and a quick game recap. Saves you so much time.
Yeah, and that's a perfect example of how AI is changing entertainment.
Yeah.
Personalized recommendations based on what you watch, AI-generated music that changes with your mood, even making realistic virtual athletes for video games.
Wow.
Endless possibilities.
Okay, we've covered healthcare, sports, entertainment. Now let's go a bit more out there. Space exploration.
Ooh, yeah. One article talked about a project using machine learning to analyze data from space telescopes, like Kepler,
Okay.
to search for habitable exoplanets. It's like finding a needle in a cosmic haystack, but AI is helping us narrow it down.
That's incredible. Imagine discovering a new Earth-like planet thanks to AI. Talk about a portfolio project that would stand out. But it's not just finding planets. AI is also being used to analyze those astronomical images, predict solar flares, even navigate spacecraft all on their own. It's wild to see how AI is pushing the boundaries in space.
It really shows the power of AI to handle those super complex tasks and find hidden patterns in massive amounts of data. But remember, not every project has to be on a huge cosmic scale.
Okay.
We also found some smaller scale projects that were just as impressive. One that caught my eye was a handwritten equation solver using CNNs.
Okay, time for a quick knowledge check. What are CNNs again? I know it's something technical. Remind me.
Sure. CNNs, or convolutional neural networks, are a type of AI algorithm. They're amazing at image recognition and processing. Think of it like this. CNNs are how computers see and understand pictures, similar to how our brains work.
Okay.
So for that equation solver project, you can train a CNN to recognize handwritten numbers and math symbols,
Right.
so it can solve equations just by looking at them.
So instead of typing everything into a calculator, you could just take a picture and let the AI do it.
Really?
That's amazing and super helpful for students, teachers, anyone working with equations all the time, like having a digital math tutor right there.
Exactly. That brings up another interesting project we found. It involves fine-tuning large language models like Llama 3 and using them locally.
Okay, now you're getting into some serious AI territory. Break this down for me. What are large language models and how do they fit into this?
Okay, so imagine a huge AI system that's been trained on a massive amount of text and code. That's basically a large language model. It can understand and write human-like text, translate languages, write different kinds of creative stuff, and answer your questions in a really informative way. Llama 3 is one example of these powerful models. Now, fine-tuning means taking this giant model and training it even further for a specific task or data set. So in this project, you could fine-tune Llama 3 to be a personal AI tutor, one that caters to how you learn and the subjects you need help with.
Wow, taking personalization to a whole new level. Imagine an AI tutor that adapts to how fast you learn, explains hard concepts in a way you understand, and gives you customized feedback. That's the future of education.
It really is. But as we get into these super sophisticated AI projects, we have to remember that with great power comes great responsibility.
You're talking about AI ethics, right? That was a key point in one of the articles.
Exactly.
But being ethical with a portfolio project feels kind of abstract. How do you actually do that?
It's all about thinking about the potential impact of your projects, like that credit scoring application example. We have to make sure that AI doesn't have built-in biases or discriminate against certain groups.
Right, because if the data used to train the AI is already biased, the AI could make unfair decisions. How do we prevent that?
It starts with carefully picking and preparing the data you use to train it. You need to make sure the data is diverse and represents the people you're targeting. You also need to watch out for potential biases in the data itself and try to fix them. This might mean using techniques like data augmentation or using fairness-aware algorithms.
So it's not just building a cool AI system, it's also about making sure it's fair, unbiased, and doesn't make things worse. That's so important as AI becomes more a part of our lives.
Absolutely. And it's really important to document those ethical considerations in your project descriptions. Explain how you tackled potential biases, protected user data, and made sure your decision-making was transparent. This shows you're committed to responsible AI development, which is something employers really care about.
Like adding an ethical seal of approval to your portfolio, showing that you're not just good at AI, but you're also responsible and thoughtful about it.
Exactly. Building a standout AI portfolio is about showing off your skills, creativity, and commitment to building AI that helps humanity. It's about showing you're not just following trends, but thinking critically about what your work really means.
Okay, so as we wrap up part 2, what's the key takeaway for our listeners as they start brainstorming their own AI projects?
I'd say dream big, be bold, but always be responsible. Choose projects you're actually passionate about, projects that let you show off your unique skills and insights. And remember, building an AI portfolio is a journey, not a destination. Embrace the challenges, learn from your mistakes, and never stop exploring what AI can do.
Great advice. We've covered a lot in part 2, from exploring exciting AI projects to talking about the importance of being ethical. Now get ready, because in part 3, we'll dive into the final stages of building your AI portfolio. We'll talk about presentation, showing off your work effectively, and even getting the word out there. You won't want to miss it. Okay, we're back for the last part of our AI portfolio deep dive. We've explored the why, the what, even the ethical side of building an awesome AI portfolio.
We've brainstormed projects, talked about clear documentation, even those cool AI-powered platforms.
But now the big question. How do you show off this masterpiece? How do you make your AI portfolio really shine online?
Yeah, it's like adding the finishing touches to a painting.
Right.
We got to frame it right to highlight how great it is and make people notice it.
Okay, so let's start with the platform itself. We know Wix and Hostinger are popular, but what about the overall design, the layout?
Keep it simple. That's key. Clean, uncluttered design that's easy to navigate. Pick a template that helps your work stand out, not distract from it. Your projects are the stars.
Right, less is more. Got it. But speaking of standing out, what about those project descriptions? Super important.
Imagine you're giving a presentation about each project.
Okay.
Be clear, concise, engaging. What problem did you solve? What approach did you use? What were the results? And remember, not everyone speaks AI. Use language anyone can understand.
That's like each project gets its own elevator pitch, right?
Exactly.
Grab their attention, make them want to know more.
And don't forget to put your own personality in there, your passion. Let your excitement for AI show through.
Show off that AI spark.
Okay.
Now, we talked about soft skills earlier: communication, teamwork, problem solving. How do we work those into the portfolio without being too obvious?
It's all in how you describe the journey of each project.
Oh,
Did you run into any unexpected problems? How'd you fix them? Did you work with others? How did you share what you found? Those little details show your soft skills in action.
so it's like showing, not telling, that you're a team player or problem solver.
Exactly. And don't forget social proof.
Oh.
Testimonials, certifications, participating in hackathons. Those add so much credibility to your portfolio.
Like having a bunch of people saying, hey, this person knows their AI stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Social proof is powerful. It shows employers that other people recognize your skills.
So we've got a great-looking platform, strong descriptions, and a little social proof sprinkled in. What's next? How do we get this in front of the right people?
Promotion time. Share it on LinkedIn, Twitter, online communities, maybe even write blog posts or make videos about your projects. The more you put it out there, the better.
Spread the AI magic. But once it's out there, anything else we should be doing?
Be open to feedback. Share your portfolio with friends, mentors, even potential employers. See what they think. Use that feedback to make it even better.
Always improving. The key to a great AI portfolio.
Your portfolio is always evolving. Keep it updated with your latest projects, tweak your descriptions, and keep learning about the newest AI trends.
So wrapping up our AI portfolio deep dive, what's the one thing we want our listeners to remember?
Building an amazing AI portfolio is a journey. Enjoy the process, be creative, be bold, and most importantly, have fun. Let your passion for AI lead you, and your portfolio will show your talent to the world.
Remember, your portfolio tells a story. What story will yours tell?
That's it for our deep dive into AI portfolios. We hope you found it useful and inspiring.
Now go build something amazing. And hey, if you want more AI goodness, check out my YouTube channel, Ian Ochieng AI. We're going deep on all things AI, so subscribe and come along for the ride.